Hi there, it's Mark Sebastian, founder of Option Pit, and this is the Vol Report. Reminder, this is for education purposes only. Should only consider investment advice, options have risk. New members area, we're still working our way through it, but I think it's getting better and better. And if you spend some time, you'll find that content's way easier to deal with. If you're not a member, we've got our next big event coming up on April 7th. It's going to be trading weekly options. Should be a lot of fun. All right, so let's talk about what's going on. Well, adjusted for the weekend, volatility is pretty flat. We're up about 75 basis points. That's about what I would expect coming off a weekend. So things are pretty flat. If you're looking at the vol futures, you're saying, well, why is VXX up? Why are things kind of screwy the way they are? Well, we had some weird kind of end-of-day printing in the March VIX where it sold off to 1530 and then right back to 1580 in what amounted to kind of a blink of an eye. So it was some really weird end-of-day paper. I think it's something to ignore. I think as the day goes on, if we stay up, which it looks like we're going to, everything's kind of green, not a lot of news out. I think you're going to see the VIX go toward flat on the day, back below 14, and you'll see these VIX futures probably to the lows of Friday, but I wouldn't be expecting a big vol flush like we saw on Friday. Friday was the Goldilocks of Goldilocks. I mean, it was Goldilocks as Goldilocks. It was so Goldilocksy. So I wouldn't be expecting a lot of movement lower, like craziness. But I think that there's a decent odds that things do back off. We've got pretty smooth sailing at least for the next few days. They'll start maybe worrying about the Fed toward the end of the week, but until then, I think we kind of relax. Some big update out of Apple and Amazon and a lot of the big names. Just Facebook and Google are a little boring today, but Apple and Amazon are up big. A lot of money flowing into Apple that had been flowing out. It is definitely moving higher. That's one I'm going to play with again. I've been putting on different butterflies, and that's worked out okay. We're going to play with what's going on in VXX and some UVXY stuff, see what's floating around there. Might play with the RUD. The RUD made a really outsized move last week. Look at this 5-day chart of the RUD. I mean, that's pretty phenomenal, moving almost 70 points and moving, what amounts to 70 points in a 4-day span. 4-day span is pretty swift. So, I'm paying attention to that. And then, other areas of note, I saw some interesting stuff about Amazon and Whole Foods. Doesn't seem to be affecting the stock very much. I'm still watching Hasbro and Mattel. That Toys R Us news does stink. Makes me sad. But it's definitely bad for those names. And then gonna be keeping an eye on, energy and bonds and everything else. But things seem to be kind of lining up for, volatility to come off. The one area where there is a little bit of premium, I was looking at this in SPX, there is a bid on calls again. And we're right up against 2,800. So this is a level that people have been kind of like worried that we would turn around on. So keep an eye open. But you take a look and come on. There we go. And upside is where seems to be a bit of a bid. And that's the part I've been kind of keeping an eye on. So we'll be keeping close tabs on how things move today. But my gut says that we've got a little bit of follow through. We'll see whether we're able to bang through 2,800. I would not be looking for another 30-point up day, folks, or 40-point up day. I just don't think that's in the cards. All right, folks, have a great morning, and I'll talk to you soon.